I think I'll tweet it out from my phone. Give me a second. Log on to my fake white girl burner account. Yo, what's up, Kusari? The video discussing all this shit. Oh my god. Yo. The video discussing all this shit is gonna be out in a couple days, but these fucking announcements came out of nowhere with the hack stuff, so I'm just gonna go over his document real quick and maybe add like a summary in the final video. But it's over like a fucking hour, and they're making my job way harder. New hacks update? Yeah. I'm gonna have like it's not really a hacks video. I go over the hacks, Leffen, everything, and more about Leffen as well. And then all the documents. So that's what's coming out. It's coming out before the 31st. And I got a surprise at the end of the video too. But I've just been fucking editing like non-stop. Give me a second. I'm just gonna wait for a few people to get in here. Can I get a shout out for Nemo and Campbell? Thanks. Oh, thanks for the 5, Zuzu. Check it up. Funk it up. I saw Pixel was live. I think it was yesterday. Yesterday, I went to the carnival. I am not good with spinning rides anymore. That shit makes me fucking sick. But he was making slime on stream. And he had like 1,100 viewers just watching him make slime. Yo, Alberto, thank you for the 5, dog. Okay. 155 people? It's not too bad. Detective Big Dick. Also, I was arguing with this fucking schizophrenic woman last night on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw. I think she blocked me or deleted a lot of the responses, but I was like, what is this bitch yapping about? I'm trying to watch Disney Plus, and she was like begging for my address because she wanted to like assault me. She's like, I swear you'd lose in a fight. Okay. I don't want to test that though. You understand me? Fucking insane. She's like, yeah, Hacks is gonna stay banned. Meanwhile, she's asking for my address and saying she's gonna give me 2 black eyes in DMs. Are you fucking insane? Yo, what's up, PK? What's up, Brewster? She's 4 weight classes above you. Not really a fair fight. I wasn't really trying to make fun of her weight. That was other people. And then I guess she assumed I was also doing the same thing. So she was like hyper-focused about her weight or whatever. Yikes. 160? You saw that shit? That was at like 3 a.m., dude. I've been staying up until 6 a.m. watching Bad Batch. I just finished Clone Wars. Every night when I'm done editing, I just start watching, Okay, we got like 200 people in here. Let's fucking do our job, shall we? But yeah, every night after I finish editing, as a little treat, I've been watching Clone Wars because I love Star Wars. That's like my guilty pleasures, watching Cape shit, Marvel, Disney, whatever. So I just recently finished all 7 seasons of Clone Wars, and now I'm on Bad Batch season 2. That's what I was doing. Okay. George Floyd. Oh yeah. George Floyd and fentanyl are trending. I don't know why. Probably a coincidence that they trend at the same time. But okay, so what was it? Yesterday? Yesterday, Mikey uploaded this fucking 3-page document going over the hacks ban. I don't know if you saw way back when in like 2021 when the ban initially went down, Mikey made a document justifying the ban and making arguments against hacks. I'm going to talk about that in the upcoming video, so I'm not going to waste my time doing a whole fucking breakdown here. But this is a new document that came out yesterday, so I'm like, okay, let me talk about this for a little bit. I have all my tabs open. This isn't just fucking nothing. These are all tabs that I'm going to sift through. What hacks do? It's a long story. It's a long story. Like I said, whole hour plus video is going to be dropped about it in a few days before the month's out. I have an ad deadline, so I'm absolutely getting it out before the 31st. Before or on the 31st, because I need an ad approved. But okay. So before we talk about this document, Mikey responded to me on Twitter because I tweeted out that I was going to cover this on stream. And Mikey... So I tweeted out, Mikey has uploaded yet another document justifying why hacks should be permanently banned in Melee. I'm a few days out from finishing my full video on this, so instead of adding his new document last minute, I'm going to discuss it on the main channel stream tomorrow. So Mikey saw that, and his response was to say, hey man, while you're going over that, do you want to also explain why you blocked me after I said this? And then he quote retweets an interaction. It's not even a fucking interaction because he's not talking to me. But it's a tweet from October 20th, 2023, where I think this is when I was... What the fuck? I can't scroll up here for some reason. Hold on. What the fuck? Hello? What? Mikey, where'd you go? What? What the fuck? Dude, I swear to God, if he deactivated it just to fucking reactivate later. What? Fuck you, Mikey. Whatever. I have the... You fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. Okay, if this is just me, then it's me, but like, what is this? I was going through tabs earlier and it was just fine, and now it won't load. I see you, Mikey. I see your game. Whatever. He says that I blocked him because he said something to me, then he starts posting fucking Kendrick memes, whatever. And then I pointed out that I blocked him because he's talking shit behind a block, which is fucking corny as fuck. And he's like, oh no, I swear, you blocked me first, dude. You blocked me first. What's more likely, that the Smash TO blocked me first, this fucking guy? What's more likely, that this guy blocked me first and is talking shit behind a block, or I blocked him? What the fuck? I swear to God, if you deactivated just so I can't get these clips, I'm gonna be so mad. Whatever, let's get straight into the content. What the fuck? Oh my God. Okay, so this is a 3-page document going over Hax's permaban. Yo, what's up, IGP? Says you were suspended at the bottom. Yes, I know. Look, okay, that is a suspended account that I use as a burner. Okay? I use it as a burner so I can look at shit. All of these tabs were opened using that burner. His Twitter is still up. Okay, I'll fucking whatever. It's not important. I don't want to spend a bunch of time on it because he just started throwing shit for no reason. He's all like, he quote retweeted his tweet where he's all like, technicals. If I were you, I wouldn't fucking join a group chat with technicals if you're like a minor or whatever, insinuating that I'm a danger to children. And then he thinks that I blocked him because he said that and not because he's talking shit behind a block. Whatever. It's stupid. I don't even know why he's bringing it up just because I said I was going to respond to his permaban statement, but I don't know. This is the caliber of people we're dealing with here. I'll fucking, you guys can go look it up. Whatever. His account is right here. Mikey at the cheat. Go look it up if you want. There was a whole back and forth. He's like, I actually screenshotted that I was blocked on October 20th, on October 21, 2023. So that means you actually had me blocked first. That doesn't prove shit. You've had, the last time this guy interacted with me was May 1st, 2021. This is the last time he sent me a message. Because he responds to other people. He'll go to, you know how someone else replies to someone that has you blocked and then you can respond to them? That's exactly what this guy does. And then he talks shit behind a block. So I'm not wasting my time on that. It's fucking stupid. Okay. Let's get into the content. Sorry, I wake up at like 3 p.m. I just drank some coffee. I got all my fucking tabs ready. I've been reluctant to publicly talk about the hacks ban for a number of reasons. For one, I do not want to bring further negative scrutiny to Leffen, who has been the subject of a relentless harassment campaign, or to Hacks, who understandably is having a difficult time coping with his ban from the community. Because, as we know, he's been banned. Well, he hasn't been officially unbanned for over 3 years, ever since 2021. Because the TOs will not all get together. The TOs don't get together to all make like a collective statement. I'll point it out in a second, but Splatoon has a code of conduct that is almost a carbon copy to Smash's code of conduct. And every time that these guys make a statement, it's accompanied by not only the infraction, but an actual date. So this one, May 4th, it's like, okay, we've decided on a lifetime ban. Violation level 3, whatever. This one, we've decided on a 2-year ban. Code of conduct violation level 3. Okay, so you know. If you get banned in Splatoon, you're like, okay, it's 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, whatever. And they have a carbon copy code of conduct. This is a Splatoon code of conduct. If we go to Article 2 offenses. No, if we go to level 2 offenses, which is relevant in the Hacks case right here. We have shit like directed and malicious intimidation, harassment, or bullying of participant, blah, blah, blah. It's the same language in the Smash Code of Conduct, right? I'm pretty sure they just shared information and did the same thing. But when it comes to Smash, see, look. Directed, malicious intimidation, harassment, participant, bullying, blah, blah, blah. Same fucking thing. But when it comes to Smash, there's like no one actually volunteering their time to do these conduct cases. So that's why Splatoon is able to give like actual durations and then cite the code of conduct and then have all their signatories follow the ruling. And Smash is just like, I think we'll have you banned for 3 years and then unban you in like fucking like 5 random tournaments. And then if you fuck up their conditions, we'll all dogpile you again and then ban you everywhere for life. Which is, I don't know how that system is functional, but it's what we've been working with for the past couple years. Okay. Kind of what? Wait, what? What are you guys talking about? Go boxing ring? I want to keep this VOD up, so I'm not going to say what I was going to say to that. Thank you for the 5. Why can't I see? Thank you for the 5 The Locks. Technicals, I want to see you as a guest in Biggest Problem in the Universe. Would you go on that show with Dick and Vito? I've talked the last Kick or Keep that I went on, Destiny's Game Show. I think Vito and Dick were there. They got good vibes. I mean, it's like funny to be in a conversation with them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they know how to do some stuff. I would go on and do some appearances with like Mudahar's podcast or like whatever, but right now I'm just focused on doing my own content because I'm saving up money to move and add skits back to my videos. Because I like doing the long form video essay shit, but it gets tired. It's not fun. It's not funny. The 100K special that I'm doing after this video about the Leffen hack stuff it's basically like a whole skit, and it's gonna call back to the Gucci Rat stuff. And I'm also doing a merch drop for that one. So that's the 100K special coming up after we finish that. But thank you for the 5. So he's having a hard time coping with his ban from the community. Obviously, this was his life for over a decade. He got a hand surgery just so he could continue to play Melee. He created a controller just so he could continue to play Melee. If anyone's going to cope from a ban with Smash, it's going to be Hacks. Additionally, we're right here now. Additionally, having written and publicly justified the initial ban document, like I was talking about earlier, Mikey made a document justifying the ban after it happened the first time. I did not want it to appear as if I was primarily or single-handedly responsible for banning Hacks, because he's only one cog in the machine, and the TOs do not all follow like a pyramid hierarchy. It's more like a social domino effect. So if someone with clout bans someone over here and then gives a justification, you're almost like socially pressured to ban other people, and that's how it functions. It functions as like a social domino effect. So if one person with clout bans somebody and you don't ban them, you're probably going to get shit for not banning them, so you might as well just hop on the train early. That's normally what happens. Where are we? Both the initial indefinite ban and the current permanent ban are virtually unanimously agreed upon by tournament organizers. I really don't see the difference between an indefinite ban and a permanent ban, especially if there's no structure to actually give people a chance to be unbanned. It is essentially a permaban with less steps. It's like saying I don't want to fucking deal with this, so I'm going to ban you. You don't have to give a reason because it's indefinite. Like, there's a chance. Oh, there's hope. You give them that little bit of hope. It's indefinite, bro. Even though some of the people didn't agree. Like, they actually met in November. He says down here. They met in November. In November of 2023, there was a more structured attempt at reaching a consensus, but TOs ultimately disagreed on the ban length. And so Hacks continued to be banned from some events and unbanned from others. Yeah, fair second chance. They really gave him a second chance there, but most of what people have seen has come from Hacks himself, and unfortunately, drama YouTubers who are exploiting the situation for their personal benefit. Make sure that you donate, while making next to no effort to understand anything about it. I've been looking at these fucking cases for years. Like, I actually have a financial incentive to give you guys the facts and, like, go out here and get citations, go out here and get fucking, get, like, interviews with fucking roommates, like how I did during the Skyhouse case. I have a financial incentive to do that because it makes my content better. Mikey doesn't get paid. Mikey doesn't get paid to make these 3-page documents. He's doing it for the love of the game, the love of the sport, the love of permanently banning people from his community. I'm financially tied to give you guys good content. So if anything, that just makes it better. Right? It's my fucking job. If I do a bad job, I don't get donations. I don't get new subs for making shit low-effort content. Anyone else can do that. That's why it's only me and Franchise who... And then also he says here that...
That cockroach doesn't...
I only donate when I asked.
When I asked? Thank you for the 5, Patchy. What does he say here? Yeah, right here. There is nobody whose job it is to collect evidence about cases or recommend ban lengths. This could be a mutually beneficial arrangement if you guys weren't so fucking insufferable to work with, and just because I said I was going to read your statement, you then go on Twitter, start posting Kendrick memes. When you look, you're not fucking Kendrick. If anything, you're Rick Ross without a fucking trim up. Okay? You're not Kendrick. I swear to God, if you tried to rap, you have a lisp. Like, you're not Kendrick. Wop, wop, wop. Get the fuck out of here. Rick Ross ass nigga. Get the fuck. I don't even understand. It's so childish. It's so childish. I don't understand why you even went there, but whatever. But this could be a mutually beneficial arrangement where me and Franchise actually do the work that no one in your community is doing. Getting evidence, spending time reading documents. But you guys are so fucking insufferable. That's why I'm an asshole. Because you'll do shit like, oh, tech is a danger to children. Because I said I wanted to respond to your document. What the fuck is that, dude? Like, what is that? All you guys do is, like, post allegations, frame people as being morally compromised because you guys are all good people, obviously. You lost fucking Panda Global. You lost Hacks now because you're unwilling to compromise. You guys can't even all get together and agree on a ban length. You don't even understand how to interpret your own code of conduct. Splatoon can do it. Splatoon's like, oh, level 3 infraction, 2 fucking 3.1. That's 2 years, dog. That's 2 years right there. In Smash, it's like, oh, it's fucking indefinite until I guess we can all agree at some point. Like, what the fuck? Okay, where are we going? Let's go back up here. So, he said, drama YouTubers? Okay. That seems to have resulted in many misunderstandings about the case. I've seen a number of people who, because of Hacks' constant public pleading for an unban, believe that his ban is still indefinite rather than permanent. Again, I don't see the difference. What's the fucking difference? I hope that offering a clear TO perspective on the situation might give people a better idea of why organizers arrived at the conclusion they have. Okay. Let's try to not pause as much, because I want to get through this document. To be clear, Hacks is permanently banned from Smash tournaments for defamatory claims that he made about Leffen, including alleging, without any evidence, that he conspired to make false allegations of sexual misconduct against Zero for his personal gain. I go way more into depth in this, in the video that's coming up. But when Mikey says something like, this is a defamatory claim, to prove that something is a defamatory claim, you have to first prove that the statement is false, right? So by saying that this is a false allegation, or to say that this is a defamatory claim, he's essentially saying that Leffen did not spread this stuff about Zero for personal gain at all. It's like, how can you prove that? How can you prove your side of that, right? When Leffen, before any of the Katie shit was posted about Zero, Leffen posted this Twitlonger. Thank you for the 10, Taka. You tricked me? How did I trick you? Yeah, before the Katie allegations or anything was posted, Leffen posted this Twitlonger about Zero. My thoughts about Jisoo Zero. It's simply a long, nuanced post with some more info. Where he talks about the Apex story. He talks about getting in touch with Jisoo because he was seeing her get a bunch of shit because people were calling her a liar and a clout chaser because she brought up Zero, like, putting hentai onto the big screen in the Sky House, which is what I actually reached out to one of his roommates for. There was like two roommates that I talked to, but this was one of them, Orion, and this is what he had to say about the allegation, one of the people that actually lived in the house. Supposedly displayed on the big screen television.
That doesn't even sound like something he would do. Maybe that's something he does on his own time, but to just throw it up on the big screen, especially with how crowded the room was, I feel like it's weird that she would make that claim and then nobody else with how crowded our houses were at any given time be able to back that up. I don't know where she at with that one. I'm gonna disagree. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
That's someone who lived in the house that I went and talked to see, like, what was going on with that allegation. So in Leffen's version of this, he's trying to defend Jisoo's framing of this, saying, oh yeah, Zero's the kind of person who would do that because when I was at Apex, this Apex 2013 story over here, when I was at Apex, he sat down on my sleeping bed and started looking at hentai with Japanese players. I was like, oh, okay. But then Zero, right after he posted this, reached out to those. So this is the thing. Those screenshots of the fucking people vouching for Zero saying like, oh no, we were just looking at official art of the characters that are from the Japanese players in this story. Those are all censored because I don't want them to get dogpiled by the Smash community just for vouching for Zero, because obviously he's canceled. But Leffen could easily talk to any of those people in that story and get their recollection of events, and if it lines up one-to-one, then that just makes his story stronger, right? But months after posting this allegation, in his legal declaration, which he signed over in the lawsuit between Zero and Jisoo, it's the same fucking story. He doesn't reach out to anyone. He's like, as a result, in July 2020, I posted a statement about Jisoo and Zero. In that statement, I described how I first met Zero at Apex 2013. Get this shit out of my face. When he and a few other Smash players came over to where I was staying with other Smash players, as I said in my statement, at one point someone brought out a laptop and Zero and a few other players sat down on my sleeping bag. One of them hugged my pillow, and they started showing each other very explicit pictures of their anime waifus. So he links to his original statement, and that's the only evidence he links to. It's fucking Exhibit A, the first exhibit out of all of them, which obviously there's no more exhibits. So his only evidence for saying this is just him linking back to the Twitlonger that we just looked at, the original Twitlonger. He doesn't reach out to any Japanese players. He doesn't reach out to anyone involved in the story, and this is months and months and months after, when he's signing it over for a legal declaration where he has time to actually gather those sources. He won't even spend the additional time to prove that that is wrong. So you can say, oh, well, those DMs of those Japanese players vouching for Zero, they're fucking anonymous, whatever. Leffen could go to those same people and they will tell him the exact same thing. Yet he refuses to fact find any further than his initial fucking post that he rushed out in defense of Jisoo. And then, after he posts this, he posts another Twitlonger highlighting some random fucking person who DM'd him saying, I don't know if this helps nail Zero more, but please censor me. And it's literally just talking about Zero in his own Discord. Adults posting hentai. In like he had like this Mafia game that he'd do. Or he had this game where like the person who sent him the best hentai or whatever, he'd run a game of Mafia. Leg you, thank you for the 5. Fuck Leffen, here's 5 quid. Thank you, bro. He'd have this game where if whoever sent him the best hentai would get a Mafia link, and these are all adults. And the only person who he didn't check the age for, which was a moderator for him at the time, was literally begging for him to send it, and they were over 18 anyways. But then they went on Twitter and they were all like, Zero never asked for my age. And then that's probably how Leffen saw this. That person later apologized. It's in one of my videos. It's in one of the Skyhouse videos. I think it's in the Jisoo finally apologized. It's in one of those, the Sky series, but that person apologized for saying that shit because they were over an adult and they were just joining on the dog pile. But Leffen wants to prove so badly that Zero loves hentai that he posts 2 fucking Twitlongers with unsubstantiated evidence. So you can sit here and say, oh, it's a defamatory claim to say that he was hopping on the allegation train for personal gain. But you can't prove that he didn't. You can't prove that he didn't. I personally think it's weird that he's trying this hard to prove that Zero would look at hentai in person, and then going out of his way to say, oh, like, it's not just fucking hentai. It's actually legally considered sexual harassment when replying to people on Twitter. I think that's fucking... That shows he has a vendetta. When he's framing himself as a friend of Zero in, like, all these posts. I'd like to remain friends with both after this as well, so you can put your pitchforks down if you were expecting anything like that. Yeah, dude, you're making allegations. You posted a Twitlonger about him at the same time that everyone's getting outed for, like, rape, fucking children, and all this other shit. Like, if you wanted to be friends, you would have just spoke to him in private. But as we all know, when Zero tried to speak to him in private, he screenshotted it and then posted it and blocked him because he didn't want to be in a Keemstar headline. And then he continues to fucking talk about the situation, even going on to make 2 videos about it. So if your goal was to not be in a headline, you fucked up. Let's see. Okay. That's that rant. Sorry. I'm a fucking expert on this topic, so I'm just kind of like going off the top of my head with some of this. Okay. This VOD will remain up, so if you guys want to go back and like look at what I'm saying. A lot of this is stream of consciousness. Again, there's like an over hour-long video that's going to come out in a few days, but I had to get this off my chest while it's fresh off the presses. Okay, misunderstandings. Believe that is banned in the I hope that offering. Okay, to be clear. Conspired to make false allegations. These allegations were made in the framework of Hax's quack armchair psychoanalyst of Leffen analysis. Sorry. Yes. Hax's analysis was definitely stupid as fuck. He would make like a cogent point in his video. If you go back and watch the original evidence.zip 2, he'd make like a really solid point with a citation, and then he'd be like, flying monkeys is a term where you fucking utilize someone else to meet your malicious and evil design. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you could have just left it at the info. But that's why he would later go through and edit all that shit out. Whatever. That was like 3 years ago. But yes, that was fucking stupid. His original analysis was fucking stupid. I don't know why he did all the armchair psychology shit. He alleges is a malicious psychopath. Again, speculation. Hax publicly released multiple hour-long videos with accompanying documents using his platform to incite harassment. Yeah, I mean, it's arguable. He did try to get him deplatformed towards Leffen and encouraged TOs to take action against him. Okay. Next paragraph. Since Hax's initial indefinite ban, oh, wait, sorry. J Planeta P? Thank you for the 14MX, dog. Dark Triad was hilarious. Yeah. I mean, there were some memeable moments. But at this point, it's getting so fucking tiring. Like that they're doing this whole carrot on a stick song and dance where they're like, what is this? Is this the original document? Yeah, this is the first one. Where they make rules like the banned individual engages in no additional interviews or public discussions on the topic of their ban for their own social media channels or any others. This isn't even about like defamatory claims. This is just flat out saying he is not allowed to talk about his ban whatsoever. And that's a condition for him being unbanned. Is that not fucking like massively dystopian? But they make rules like this and then they're like, oh, well, he agreed to it. Yeah, no shit, he agreed to it. It's fucking the only way he's allowed to play the game again in his own city. You twist his arm and you psychologically fucking like torture this guy who desperately wants to play a game that he's played for the past like 2 decades. And then you're like, oh, he agreed to it, so, you know, it's fine if we permaban him if he broke it. It's, what the fuck? Of course he's going to agree to it. He'll agree to anything. You can see how desperate he is. He's apologized like fucking 16 times because he thinks that's what'll get him back. Okay. I understand that a part of the discussion about this case has been about the community's conduct process more broadly, and the regrettable amount of time this partial ban was in place. Regrettable, my ass. You guys don't give a fuck. And I do think some of those criticisms are legitimate. There is nobody whose job it is to collect evidence about cases. We talked about this. Even Panda had no conduct process in place. It's funny that Mikey brings up Panda because he was the, what was he? The creative producer at Beyond the Summit, and one of the people that was in those chats talking about how we're gonna make the community say fuck Nintendo and fuck Panda. Yeah, he's a part of the group that destroyed Panda, so it's interesting that he mentions Panda here. I still don't know why. Like TK Breezy, I don't know if you guys saw that clip. It's in one of his most recent videos talking about, are people still interested in Ultimate, or is Ultimate still relevant? Something like that. Like halfway through at like the 24-minute mark or something like that, he says, Gimmer ruined my fucking life, man. And then he talks about how he canceled Panda Global without actually having anything to replace all the good that Panda did for the community. Yeah, Mikey was a part of that dog pile. So it's interesting that he brings up Panda. In November of 2023, there was a more structured attempt at reaching a consensus. Obviously, they didn't reach a consensus because they can't even agree on their own code of conduct. As I mentioned, TOs have not communicated much about the ban publicly. No transparency. Got it. Which I understand has been frustrating because everything else about this situation has been very public. Oh, shit. Yo, what's up, Prod? Thank you for the 5 gifted, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate ya. Where was I? Which I understand has been frustrating. On one hand, I think there's merit to the idea that not everything needs to be known by everyone in order to make a correct decision. Obviously, that's the case. Obviously, you don't need to know everything to make a correct decision, but that's not the point of transparency. The point of transparency is to let the community know and let the people who support you and your events know that you're making those decisions in good faith. If you keep most of the shit under wraps and then just say it like whenever you feel like, that's not transparent. How can I trust that you made the correct decision without knowing the steps you took to make the decision? Obviously, you don't have to reveal everything, but that is the thought process behind being transparent in the first place. Especially when there's reason to think that there could be a negative outcome from fanning the flames of a situation. On the other hand, it isn't a given that the community at large should trust tournament organizers. It's good that he recognizes that. You shouldn't just believe them because they're a TO. Their only qualification is that they can fill out a fucking tournament bracket. They're not cops, they're not lawyers, they're not judges. They don't have any of the qualifications to be doing this conduct shit in the first place, which is why volunteers, like in the Splatoon community, I've actually reached out to the Splatoon conduct panel before because I appreciate the work that they do. Because they're not psychologically torturing people by giving them a small sliver of hope and being like, you're indefinitely banned. Maybe if you fucking capitulate to our demands long enough, and if you shut up long enough, we might let you back. At some events, because we're not all going to agree. But if you shut up and follow our rules long enough, you might have the chance to play the game. At least they don't do that. At least they're like, okay, 2 years, you're good. That's how you treat people. That's how you treat your community. You don't fucking treat them like they're an afterthought. Which is why I'm surprised they can't just set up, like, I'm pretty sure they have a Discord for TOs where they talk about shit, and they very obviously have the capability to dogpile people whenever they want to, like, do a permaban, or they're like, hey, dude, can you retweet my shit? Or, hey, can you guys all ban this guy because I don't like him? They can spend the time doing that. They can spend the time making 3-page documents explaining why they permanently banned someone after not giving them a fair chance. But they can't make like a public Discord server so people understand how the code of conduct works. And so they can make like valid arguments. They can look at all the safety rules, engage with their own community. They can't do the smallest bit of effort setting up a public avenue for people to discuss safety. Yeah, God forbid we can't have our fucking 3-page Google Docs explaining it after the fact. Dilcor, thank you for... Oh, member for 2 months. Thank you, bro. Junior Detective. Super Goon. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, dog. I think that trust is important because some conduct cases really do need to be handled privately, obviously. Obviously, some do need to be handled privately. There is... I'm not fucking stupid. There's certain situations with sensitive information. Like especially like how we talked about in Zero's case where the Japanese players are vouching for a story. You don't want to put those people on blast because then it will fan the flames. Which is why Leffen could go and talk to those people himself in the story to get more substantiating evidence for his allegation, yet he refuses to do so for undisclosed reasons. But yes, I do agree with that. For example, in instances where someone involved doesn't want their identity public, proper communication is how TOs earn that trust, which is what they have not been doing, by the way. This is not proper communication. This is a three-page Google Doc after they've decided to ban someone for life. In a insanely confusing, like, in the NYC's, do I have it here? When the NYC NYC Melee uploaded their permaban statement for hacks. which the head TO for this keeps fucking blaming me for all the negativity, even though it's just a really unpopular decision. Player Essence has a bigger sub count than me. Omni has a bigger sub count than me. Fucking Simple Flips, who literally just made an unban hacks video. He gets more views than me and has a bigger following than me. Yet I get blamed for all the negativity, all the dislike ratios, all the whatever comments that they're getting for this decision. Because if you say technical's bad in the Smash community, you can activate that fucking primal tribalistic thought process. And that now all of a sudden they think that they're the Avengers and I'm Thanos. So anything they do after that point is now justified. Even though I am not the fucking overlord of people being against this decision. It's just an unpopular decision. Tech, you're the boogeyman? Yeah, dude. Like, if you go and look at the, because the NYC head TO, he uploaded a follow-up after the permaban from NYC Melee, and he, at the bottom, he's all like, I've received a huge ton of harassment from Technical's fans, not blaming hacks for this, by the way, so I'm kind of just fed up with the whole situation. Like, what? How are you like accurately identifying that they're all from me and not Omni, Simple Flips, Player Essence, Franchise, fucking hacks, or, you know, just a person with their own fucking agency and their own opinion to disagree with you? How are you, like, accurately designating these people as all technical stands that are harassing you? I don't understand it. It's like they just fucking make shit up whenever it's convenient. They're like, oh, well, Technicals is against me, and that's where I'm getting all the harassment, and this is really fucked up. I'm literally getting death threats. What the fuck, guys? And then they get all the support, blah, blah, blah. And then because he said Technical's bad. Like, what the fuck, dude? You get blamed because Technical's bad? Yes. I thought you were saying because Technical's black. That could also be a factor. Let's keep going. Nobody knows anything about this case. I beg to differ. So I think there's clearly been a breakdown there. There was a stipulation from New York TOs that on paper disallowed hacks from speaking publicly about his ban. This has been criticized heavily, and I do disagree with it on principle. Maybe because it fucking violates First Amendment rights. But whatever, there's a whole argument to be made there. Obviously, that's about being prosecuted for your free speech, not about a video game tournament. But I think arguably saying that someone isn't allowed to even talk about, you're not allowed to engage in interviews or public discussions about the topic of your ban, not even about the defamatory claims. That's not even, because that's covered in number 1. Because 2.2.1 and 2.3.3 is about malicious intimidation, bullying, harassment, and about unwanted advances online, through online means. Number 2 is just flat out saying, you're not allowed to fucking talk about it. You're not allowed to talk about it, which is an insane rule, to be honest. And they're like, oh, he agreed to it, so he broke the rules, man. He fucking broke the rules. Okay, whatever, dude. Where is it? Where are we? This has been criticized heavily, and I do disagree with it on principle, but in reality, he posted multiple times about the wider ban without consequence. We gave him a few mulligans to be allowed to speak, guys. So obviously, that's not what it was about. The local ban was not reinstated until he repeated his claims about Leffen. This is also not true. The defamatory claims he's talking about here, that he's like super focused on, are the Zero claims about profiting from posting allegations about Zero, and then the Jisoo, collaborating with Jisoo, posting stuff about Zero, and in his initial ban statement where he's justifying it, he says that I'm drawing a blank. In the initial ban statement that he's justifying it, he says that, oh yeah, that Leffen would prefer if Zero were dead. Those are the 2 claims that he asserts are like the major issues from hacks, is that he said that Leffen would probably prefer if Zero were dead, and collaborating with Jisoo to post false allegations. In the January 2024 appeal, which is the video that got him banned, this video right here, that's 9 minutes. What the fuck? This video right here, that's 9 minutes. He doesn't speak about Zero once in this video. We'll watch the full video so you guys know what he's talking about. This is the video that got him banned. This January 2024 ban appeal. And it's why NYC Melee got so much backlash. It's because it's a pretty inoffensive video where he basically is stating how he was an original witness for evidence.zip and referencing stuff from 2013 that actually successfully got Leffen banned for bullying, lying, and all this other shit. He references all that because it was relevant, because at the time they were talking about Sam Ox's metagame documentary. And the interviews over the 2013 evidence.zip controversy that got him banned, because Leffen wanted that stuff removed, and he was upset that people were going to start hating him and think that he hated people with mental illnesses and shit like that. So that was why that conversation was relevant again, and it's why it showed up in evidence.zip too. So he goes over his reasons for believing what he believed and why he had that perspective as an original evidence.zip witness. That's what this video goes over. And he apologizes for exaggerating in this video and even says, don't go harass Leffen, like, right at the start. Alberto, thank you for the 5. If he didn't agree to that rule, they still wouldn't unban him. Yeah, if he didn't agree to that rule, they wouldn't unban him. So obviously he's going to agree to never talk about his ban. Thank you for the 5, Alberto. Ace the Wolf, thank you for the 2. Can you make a Rise and Fall of Funimation video? You think any of you guys would click on that shit? I made the Fight Night video, and you motherfuckers...
Look, it's my biggest fan.
I love the Fight Night video. That video was fucking awesome. I would. I know, even if you guys say it right now, you're like enablers.
My biggest fan.
Right?
Look, it's my biggest fan.
Because I make that video, and then it gets 20,000 views, and then my brain splattered on the wall. The blood is on your hands. I can't pay my rent that month because I thought it'd be a good idea to make a Funimation video. I was looking at the infiltration stuff because I've been sneaking my way more into the FGC. I think that would be a good one to try to get interviews and talk about and just really get to the bottom of what's going on with infiltration. Because I remember I was actually at the Evo where he won, what was it, Sam's show? The Samurai Showdown. And everyone was talking about it. I heard whispers and shit. They're like, oh, infiltration's here. Infiltration's here. I'm like, who the fuck is infiltration? That was a while ago. But so I want to do that. I want to do a Where Are They Now with ESAM. Because I think that'd be funny. I have the 100K special. But if you guys have topic ideas that you want to send me, look at my bio on Twitter. Look at the descriptions of all the videos. I have a tip line email that you can send shit to. Try to send me as much information as you can, so I don't have to go find shit just to understand what you're talking about. But yeah, that's where I find new topics, is my tip line now, because sometimes it's hard to find topics. You guys know more shit than I do. The state of ESAM's baldness. Well, I just think it'd be funny to go through all the people that post like the ESAM Soyjack and just like where he's at content wise, where he's at, like, you know, just doing stuff, like being alive. I love the fighting game Samhide Showdown. Okay, so this is the video, January 2024 ban appeal, that got Hacks permanently banned. It's what got the NYC Melee head TO to post this. And it's also what Mikey is referring to when he says he then began reaching out to, in early 2024, while he was still banned from most majors, he attempted again to justify his initial defamatory claims about Leffen. So this is early 2024. This is fucking January of 2024. So I'm assuming this is what he's talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the video that got people to start posting the permaban statements of Hacks. So we're going to watch this real quick, just so you guys know that we have 9 minutes to spare. I got time. Just so you know I'm not bullshitting. Like, this is a pretty inoffensive video.
Hi everyone, this is Hacks. I'm making this video because at this point I've determined that certain things will never be resolved unless I provide a proper explanation for my actions from a few years ago. This video is not intended to reignite things, but rather to close the void by answering the questions many people still have about the situation surrounding my ban. I'm also hoping to prove my innocence to people, or at least prove to people that I'm not as guilty as they think.
Okay, so he does the smasher thing where you have to fucking started out Smasher commentary thing where you have to say, I'm not doing this to incite harassment, even though he gets accused of inciting harassment anyways. It doesn't really matter at this point. If they want to accuse you of that, they'll accuse you of that. As you'll see later in the 1 hour video, the main reason that they actually banned Hax was not because of anything Hax said, because clearly he disavows any kind of harassment of Leffen multiple times if you go through all of his content and all of his tweets, which some of them are deleted, obviously. But the main reason that they banned him is they say that his followers are doing insane stuff. And because his followers do that insane stuff every time he posts, he's actually guilty for that, for not stopping it. And that's the reason why he's permabanned, to avoid his followers doing more stuff like that. Which is not a fair assessment at all. This is an argument online a lot of holding content creators accountable for everything that their followers do. You're only accountable for your own actions as a human being. If Hax is saying, do not harass Leffen, if he's saying this is not intended to reignite things, if he's saying don't go and do this shit to Leffen, and then someone goes and does that to Leffen, is that really Hax's fault? Or is that the individual's fault who has his own, you know, system of accountability? He has his own agency. He has his own individualism. Or is he just a part of the collective? Is he just, you just throw Hax on it, and doesn't matter if he said not to do it, he did it, so therefore Hax follower's bad. I don't know. I don't find that very fair. I don't think that's a fair assessment. I don't think that actually stands up to any kind of like critical scrutiny. I don't think logically you could defend that position on a consistent basis for people that you like or people you enjoy. Let's say it's like Ludwig, the recent stuff with the speedrunner community. Because he responds to people with less followers, and then his followers start like dunking on them and shit, is he responsible for every single dunk? No, he's not responsible for every single dunk. Maybe he's responsible for fucking responding to someone way smaller than him, but he's not responsible for the specific claims and statements made by people that are not him. That's not his fault, okay? And I don't think it's fair to say that it is, especially after he fucking did his mogul mail addressing the situation, apologizing, whatever. I just don't think that that's a fair standard. If it helps, Esam just got beat in an online Tekken 8 tournament by a VTuber. How good's the VTuber, though? That Ludwig mentality is so trash. I have plenty of reasons to dislike Ludwig, but I really think the speedrunner shit was overblown. Saying that he was excluding minorities and women. It's like, if you go through, like, top speedrunners, most of them are white men. So why are you surprised when a majority of the speedrunning event is white men, when that's the majority of the people fucking speedrunning games? Whatever.
The sad truth about what happened a few years ago is that I didn't need to overthink things to such an extent. None of the lengthier videos I released were ever necessary, and I accept—
Mildly OCD, thank you for the 5. I didn't thank you, but thank you. Electrician, thank you for the 5. Leffen followers are worse, and Leffen actively encourages his fan base to harass people. Well, Leffen, that's another thing that I cover in the upcoming video. There's a whole segment called Fighting the FGC. He started shit in Guilty Gear, he started shit in Tekken, he started shit in Call of Duty, he pissed off minimum wage workers. As recently as the last 2 months, he's pissed off the Tekken community by banning people from his chat for giving unsolicited advice and then calling them shitters. He's like, you literally can't fucking read, and you're giving unsolicited advice. That's why you got banned. Like, oh, sorry that he told you something you might need to hear when you're fucking up. And then he called that Makozy guy who posted his rage clip a disgusting piece of shit after he alt F4'd because the match was laggy. It's like, dude, you're playing a zero stakes friendly Guilty Gear match online, and you're acting like this because someone lagged. Just fucking, just GG go next. Like, I don't know. But I cover all that later. Yeah, Electrician, thank you. I think I already thanked you, but thank you.
the fact that I deserve to serve time for them.
Yo, what's up, Nasu? Thoughts on the cheese ball incident? What was that again? I feel like I saw that, and I saw that, and I was like, man, this is fucking stupid. And if I had the extra time, if I don't have deadlines and like sponsors and shit, I would upload more rants. I'm starting to think I should just have like a news cycle series, like like Pew News or something, but for stupid Smash documents that get posted every other fucking week because they're addicted to making themselves look bad instead of actually handling the conduct properly. I'm thinking of doing like a little news segment like that where it's just kind of, you know, quick, here's your Smash news for the week. Because I'm getting better at making these long form videos. Like, obviously I'm making this hour-long video in like a month. I posted the teaser way earlier than the video was going to be posted, but we're building hype. Play the fucking video? Okay, I'm sorry.
However, I wasn't wrong in thinking that I had to speak up in some capacity back during that time period. Now that some time has passed, I'd like to recap the events which were ongoing back then so that I can show what a more reasonable course of action would have looked like.
Sorry, I have a dono. That's why I'm pausing. Mildly OCD, thank you for the 5. The VTuber is a mid-level king main and still lost the overall tourney. Oh, wow. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, let me put it on a higher speed because he speaks very slow anyways. I think 1.5 will be fine.
The sequence of events which called me to action a few years ago was spurred by the release of Samox's Metagame documentary. Metagame was aired to the general public on December 11, 2020. The second day of the Metagame broadcast was notable in that it contained information which pertained to Leffen's ban from 2013. This led to an exchange in which Leffen expressed that he was being defamed by his portrayal within Metagame. Samox had no choice but to agree to remove all evidence.zip related information from Metagame due to how much pressure he was faced with.
To be fair to Samox, obviously he's responding to... So I saw him speaking to someone yesterday, or this morning, technically, about the Metagame documentary. So there's two reasons why he removed some of the allegation portions from Metagame. One is because one of the people threatened to sue him for leaving it in, which I don't know why. Like, you sat down and did a whole fucking interview for a documentary and now you're threatening to sue Samox for posting it. I think that's stupid. So I can understand Samox's point from that perspective. But also, Samox thought that it was unnecessary to put it in, which is arguable. But from his perspective, he didn't want to leave a bad taste in everyone's mouth watching his video, which is fair, I guess, as a content creator. So he removed it for also that reason, because it was received very negatively by the community. So two reasons. He was threatened to get sued, and he didn't want the negative backlash.
That night, Samox then came back 4 months later to let people know that he'd be making it up to Leffen with a 9th episode that would feature him. That episode would air on June 5th, 2021. Samox went on to win awards for producing Metagame, which contains this episode. In the aftermath of this situation, I explained that I was experiencing psychosis back when these events were ongoing. This is something that can happen in response to highly traumatic and abusive circumstances. However,
this one, he claims that he was in a state of psychosis for his original videos, or his original video, like the first one. I'm not a doctor or anything. I can't really say too much about this, but it does seem like, that would explain a lot if he had like a drinking problem or something like that.
However, I never explained what those circumstances were, so I'd like to go ahead and do that within this video. On February 9th, 2013, Armada announced to Smashboards that Sweden had decided to ban Leffen for 1 year. At the bottom of...
So, just to recap, he's talked about the metagame stuff, which is why he posted evidence.zip 2, and now he's talking about the original ban from Leffen, which was justified. It was fully justified. And I go over in more detail in the upcoming video, but... you'll see.
Of Armada's post, it mentioned that there were testimonies written during this time period which contained sensitive information.
Hold on, let me skip this part. So then he goes over the testimonies. I just don't want their names on screen for a whole lot of time. But he goes over the testimonies from the original evidence.zip witnesses, which I don't know how that's defamatory. These are the actual witness statements that got Leffen banned. They were good enough at the time and valid enough at the time to get him banned, so to then retroactively call that defamatory, I don't know if that's what Mikey's pointing out, but that's what he said so far, and we're 3 minutes in. Prod, thank you for the $2. This gifted 5 is for Hacks money. Why did you give it to Hacks? Isn't he streaming? He's not streaming right now, but he's streaming. I think if he just streamed more and ran his own tournaments, he would be doing fine, but what do I know?
Having this perspective from that point onward. This meant that when Metagame aired...
Thank you for the gifted, Prod. I appreciate you, bro.
I was the last one who witnessed it through the lens of the testimonies. I'll show a clip of when they were referenced during the second day of the broadcast.
My relationship with Leffen was very bad. We started to see sort of like a pattern, which was sort of like poison for the community, I would say.
Yeah, his trash talk was different, to be honest. It wasn't a brotherly. He went very, very personal with a lot of people, like telling people who've been to mental hospitals twice that they don't respect them, that he doesn't respect them because of their mental health.
And he gets him with the up smash, early up smash.
Like I said, always.
Him and I never got off very well. My first interaction with him was that I told him, oh, hey, I'm kind of having a really bad hearing issue where I can't really pick up and work at the same level as most people do. What he did in reaction to that was basically making fun of me. Like he said, oh, but can you hear this? And then he tried like mouthing words.
So these are all statements from people in his own community. Again, don't know how it would be defamatory. This is just factual information that was good enough to sit them down, put a fucking $3,000 camera in their face, and record for a documentary. So I don't know how that could be a point against Hax. Again, seems like valid, credible reporting to me. As a content creator, he's using the statements from people who are actually valid sources.
It really always felt like he was focusing on my shortcomings as a human being.
The community is sort of like a second family to me, you know? And if someone is acting like this towards, you know, members of the family, I do not really want to interact with that, and I know these people do not want it either. He was banned from Swedish events for about a year.
He got banned by an entire country. A country banned him. That's crazy.
I guess like you could see it as, you know, like a betrayal in a sense, but I still think it was, you know, for the right thing for the community to like take this stand against it.
It was after this segment aired that Leffen expressed that he was being defamed. I was the only person in...
God damn it. I'm not trying to show their fucking... But then, again, he's going... This whole part is going through the witness testimonies that were submitted to tournament organizers that got him banned from a country for a year. If people... Why am I reading this? If people actually took the time to wrap their heads... This is like the cover letter for the testimonies that he's talking about here. If people actually took the time to wrap their heads around what actions Leffen has exhibited towards me, being Hax, Mike Hager... Oh, wait, no. I think that's Armada. Me is Armada, Mike Hager, Hax, Vectorman, Rocky, and many more. The thought of doing anything less than not welcoming him to any future tournaments or gatherings is ludicrous. He goes over this. And then it goes straight to the conclusion.
It was because of excerpts like these that I viewed the 9th episode of Metagame as being so horrible. Within the episode, there's no mention of the Evidence.zip victims whatsoever. There are also segments in which history is revised by making it seem as though Armada plotted a conspiracy against Leffen. This is completely illegitimate, and one of the many reasons why I'm of the opinion that the episode should be banned. To conclude things, I created this video in order to clarify why that controversy happened.
Again, a little extra. I don't really think the episode should be banned, but... Leffen was saying shit like, oh, and just so you know, Evidence.zip was written by Hax because he blamed me for his insomnia. He was saying a lot of shit about the episode and the allegations, like he didn't deserve it. Like, he doesn't think he deserved the Evidence.zip ban. So what Hax is saying here is actually valid. Because Leffen was interviewed for this shit, and obviously his opinion is now getting thrown into the ring, where he's saying like, oh, well, this ban was... They didn't talk about how the ban was repealed because they were saying slurs and harassing my friends. These are all tweets that he made about it. Again, it'll be in the hour-long video that I'm uploading in a few days, but hour-plus video. Yeah, so I don't know, and this is the conclusion where he's literally summarizing everything.
Happened.
Dino Lab, thank you for the 2. ESAM is behind this. I agree.
I'm pleading for some empathy from community leaders and tournament organizers, given how extreme these circumstances were. I was having a difficult time accepting these circumstances back when they were ongoing, and should have refrained from responding to them so hastily. I'm sorry for the hyperbole and paranoia that I exhibited on the original video. I confess that this was unnecessary. While the metagame revision was triggering, it wasn't the end of the world as I made it out to be. I apologize to Leffen and the community for projecting that narrative.
Even an apology to Leffen in this video for projecting his hyperbolic narrative, which is the psychoanalyzing that Mikey pointed out earlier in his statement.
I should also clarify that I'm not looking to hold Leffen accountable for what was explained in this video. I'm only looking to provide a record of the factual truth that I witnessed during that time period, which contrasted from what others witnessed.
Establishing that he's only trying to highlight why, as an Evidence.zip witness, he was upset with Evidence.zip being misinterpreted in a documentary. Like, that seems pretty valid to me. That seems like a valid thing to be upset about. Again, don't see how it's defamatory, is even saying he's not trying to get Leffen banned here. He's just trying to clarify why he was upset and why he said the things he did, which I think he should be allowed to as a fucking human being and as a community member.
I'd like to go back to being an entertainer and contributor for the community, but in order to do that, I realize that I have to clear my name from this. I believe the fairest outcome would be a more neutral settlement in which it's acknowledged that there were circumstances which led to this, but that I needed to do better even when being faced with those circumstances.
Saying he needs to do better, and that they can just have a neutral resolution where he can clear his name of not being fucking insane for believing what he did. This is the defamatory. There's 20 seconds left in this. Zero has not been mentioned once, by the way.
I hope the community accepts this proposal and explanation, as I can't afford to relegate myself to the current understanding many people have of the situation. Many people think that I did this baselessly and maliciously, and that absolutely isn't true. I'm sorry for ever creating this misconception. Aside from that, I've spoken my truth and will be submitting this video to TOs in the hopes of resolving my ban situation. Thank you for watching.
His only mistake in making this video, we just went through the whole video. He only goes through the evidence.zip witness testimonies, which is something that he is a valid source for. His only issue is making this public. He got permanently banned after this video. This was uploaded, what was it, January 21st, 2021. Ban statement, January 23, 2024. If you look right here. So he was banned 2 days after making this video. Permanently banned from New York Melee after making this video, which was just let this man play the damn game. It's not that serious. This is the general response. Look at these fucking numbers. This is your community speaking. Just let the man play the fucking game. That's what they banned him for, is speaking about how he was a valid witness for evidence.zip, going through the witness testimonies of the other people. This is like 11-year-old information, by the way. Who the fuck cares if it's released? Completely irrelevant to these people's lives. Besides arguably having their names there, which, you know, he could have done better, but I really don't think he should have been banned for that. Permanently banned for that? Clearly, he's just not allowed to talk about evidence.zip or else he'll get permanently banned. And Mikey frames it in this document as, what is it? In early 2024, while he was still banned, he attempted again to justify his initial defamatory claims about Leffen. Mikey, I challenge you. I'm really challenging you, Mikey. Don't fucking Kendrick post like you're really like that. You're not like that. I challenge you to really tell me what in that January 2024 appeal was defamatory. Everything he said was based in fucking reasonable thought and citations. What defamatory claims did he justify? He literally apologized to Leffen, by the way, and said he's not trying to incite harassment against him. He also said he's looking for a neutral resolution. So what defamatory claims is he justifying? What? Like, actually, what is he trying to justify here? I don't get it. I get that his private interactions with TOs may be different, but this public announcement is what he was banned for. Not the private shit. And Leffen is a fucking dickhead, so you're trying to force this guy to give you a genuine apology to a guy who is a fucking asshole. Let's go through some sources here. This guy's a fucking dick and is known as like one of the most hated people in the FGC. You want a genuine apology from Hacks to that guy, and then you're surprised when it's not genuine. Like, here's a few instances. This is a video literally titled SF6 Pros Hating on Leffen for 7 minutes.
He actually looks like he knows everyone hates him. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy? That's Snake Eyes, a Street Fighter player. I think he also played Guilty Gear at one point. This is Leffen on Smashboards. This is the ban he doesn't think he deserves, by the way. When he's talking to Mike Hager, he says, I've made some mistakes and I will certainly make more, but I will learn and improve from them. And honestly, I wouldn't take any advice from you if you were the last person on Earth, since really you're fucking terrible at everything I value. Whether it be mental health, social life, Smash, school, being fit, commentary, work, or simply not being ugly as fuck, as far as I'm concerned, you're fucking terrible at all of it. This is Leffen during the time, this is a month before he got banned, by the way. He's saying this shit about Mike Hager. Calling people, I don't want to say that, I don't want to get demonetized, but the R word. He's calling people the R word in 2013, which is not okay, guys. That's fucked up. But just generally being a condescending asshole, right? And then we have, obviously, making fun of Rocky's hearing disability, making fun of the handicapped community member. Awesome. Then we have Emery. This was, what was this, 2 months ago in March? Emery saying, yo, this Leffen dude is a fucking cornball. 4,000 likes, by the way. I've never seen a chat full of people afraid to tell someone they're wrong so they don't get insta-banned. Just hundreds of drones sucking up to a dude who doesn't know what's going on is crazy. This is a Tekken player, has nothing to do with hacks. This was 2 months ago. Shin Kenso addressing the Leffen situation 2 years ago. Again, nothing to do with hacks, just him being an asshole in Guilty Gear. And then we have him in 2020, this was like right after the allegations and stuff. He's arguing with the fucking creative director at Optic about skill-based matchmaking when he's not a professional FPS player, by the way. And he's just insulting him, saying, this guy's all like, I've been a fan of you and Melee for years, and it's the reason I got into this industry in the first place. We'll just agree to disagree, brother. Fucking hell. And Leffen's like, keep gaslighting your 14-year-old audience. Peace, bros. See you later. Great talk. Fucking humble yourself and try to understand the other 99% of the player base instead of running away and jerking off to your shitty clips versus noobs. This is why he's hated, because he's a fucking condescending asshole to a fuck ton of people. Like, there's so many reasons to dislike Leffen that has nothing to do with Hacks' coverage. Absolutely nothing. When Leffen posts about Leffen, he gets hate. Okay? How you're holding Hacks to that standard is insane and incredibly unreasonable. But whatever. Alright, let's get to the rest of this document. Bro treats his fans worse than LTG. There's actually a moment where someone calls him Vanilla LTG, and that's the guy he's responding to in replies to Inconsiderate Raccoon that he banned from his chat over arguing about the term old head. He calls the person illiterate and then calls them a shitter, and then says he doesn't want to hear shitters like him tell him obvious information or advice 20 times a match. So he just straight up bans them out of his chat. So yeah, I cover that in the hour-long video too, but whatever, let's keep going. Has privately told TOs that he still believes them to be true as recently as early May. Who cares what he privately thinks about Leffen? That doesn't affect shit for nothing. How is that going to incite harassment against Leffen if he privately thinks that he's a piece of shit who colluded with Jisoo? You can't even prove that he didn't. So who cares? Honestly, who fucking cares? You're gonna ban him for wrong thought at this point? Wrong think? Like what? Hacks still privately believes things that I don't like. Fuck you, who cares? You're not the fucking thought police. At least I thought you weren't. See what I did there? Okay, next paragraph. You mean a thought crime? Yes, thought crime. Hacks has persistently tried to discuss his ban with me and other TOs. I personally haven't spoken with him despite his numerous attempts to contact me on Discord, where I blocked him, and now on Twitter. Again, this is the guy who claims that I blocked him first, but whatever. I believe there is nothing for us to discuss. I do not have final say on any ban decisions for any tournaments except Smash Camp, and again, I do not want to give Hacks or anyone the impression that I am primarily responsible for his ban when dozens of other organizers signed on to it, even though Mikey has taken up the task of explaining why he should be permabanned in both instances, both after the indefinite ban and right now with a 3-page document titled Hacks Ban. He doesn't want to give off that impression. Right. Okay. Throughout all of this process, I've tried to be very careful about not pathologizing Hacks or trying to make any claims about his mental state in the same way he spoke about Leffen. I don't have it pulled up right now, but again, it's in the video coming up. Mikey compares Hacks' rhetoric to QAnon, alleging human trafficking of children and harvesting their adrenochrome, which is not an extreme example to make and is not at all pathologizing his following or his rhetoric, but he does compare him to QAnon. So I guess there's that. I guess that's not an extreme example. He's just trying his best to be unbiased. I believe when bans are handed down, they should be for the purpose of mitigating future harm and not strictly for punitive reasons. This is a pretty easy standard to reach, for example, in cases of sexual misconduct. Wait, did I already read this? Blah, blah, blah. Sexual misconduct, blah, blah, blah. Hax's case is a bit more complicated in my opinion. I believe the main harm that arose as a result of Hax's actions... Listen up, guys. Listen up. This is important. This part is very important. Listen up. Hey. Listen up, guys. I believe the main harm that arose as a result of Hax's actions did not come from him directly. Because remember, as we just saw in the video that got him banned for life, where he's literally apologizing to Leffen, seeking a neutral resolution, apologizing for his hyperbole, and explaining his perspective as an original evidence.zip witness, which got Leffen successfully banned for a year from his own community for harassment, bullying, and lying. But it's his following. It's his following that's the main issue. Right. The following that he's condemning before he says anything, it's the following that he condemns. So not really his followers, just people taking up arms and having their own agency, but whatever, that doesn't matter in Smash. For that reason, I initially believed that it could be possible for Hax to be unbanned, as long as he did not do anything to incite further harassment. Mikey alleging that he's inciting harassment by apologizing to Leffen. Shortly after his initial videos, he asked me to have a conversation with him. He expressed remorse for the public shit show he had caused, but when we spoke, he basically took me through an outline of his claims about Leffen. I told him that many of his claims, because they were based on psychoanalytic assumptions about Leffen and not concrete evidence, could not be taken seriously. Antos, welcome to the fucking tech support, detective, whatever. I forgot. I'm split between the Rat Gang and tech support. Yeah, tech support. Welcome to tech support. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Antos. I told him that many of his claims were based on not concrete evidence, could not be taken seriously. For instance, he alleged that because Leffen spoke to Jisoo about her allegations against Zero before publicly talking about them. Again, he's highlighting the Zero stuff, but as we just saw in the video that got him permabanned, he didn't mention Zero once. Not a single time in the 9 minutes. You can go through the transcript. I don't even think he says the numerical value 0. Leffen spoke to Jisoo about her allegations against Zero before publicly talking about them. Zero and others have claimed that these allegations were false, but there's no evidence to suggest that Leffen helped fabricate any allegations, knew Jisoo was lying, or even had any reason to believe the claims might be false. Okay, while there's no statement where Leffen's like, yeah, I'm fucking lying, dude, this is all speculation. It's all speculation. There's no evidence that he didn't do any of this, as well as there's no evidence that he did. You can get links together. You can put together pieces and be like, I think he might have done this because he's really gunning for Zero, trying to prove that he likes hentai, just to defend Jisoo, who he did talk to before posting his original allegation right here, where he said he wants to be friends with both of them. Even though that's fucking bullshit. But yeah. You can't prove that what Hax is saying is false, as a matter of fact. So to keep alleging that it's just false allegations based on nothing, you need to actually prove that what he's saying, beyond a shadow of doubt, is wrong if you're going to permaban him for life when he's trying to argue his own case. And even then, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if that's what he thinks in private? How is that going to affect him playing Melee? Leffen is essentially not even competing in Melee right now, so what the fuck do you care? Where are we? I asked him whether he believed there was any chance Leffen believed in good faith what Jisoo had to say, and he responded that he was 99% sure that Leffen had colluded with Jisoo to lie about Zero. For him, the lack of evidence is offset by his dogmatic belief that Leffen is a fundamentally evil person, and for that reason, he cannot be charitable towards him. Again, who fucking cares? Who cares, dude? Remember when it used to be Settle It in Smash? Do you guys remember when Salty Sweets weren't some fucking fabricated beef where both of the people have to pretend that they like each other and like shake hands and not be too toxic, otherwise they're gonna get banned? And people actually had genuine beef, and then they would play and it would be super hype and there would be content, and it wasn't just fucking Hungrybox barely snapping a chair on stage to get an article written about him. Remember when that was happening? Remember when we didn't need to fabricate pop-offs and do a photo shoot with a fucking chair to get viral clips and beefs going? Remember when that was happening? Remember when there was actual plot lines and storylines? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Now it's just fucking lame. Now we get these 3-page documents. Instead of a salty sweet, I get to read Mikey explain why he thinks another grown man shouldn't be allowed to play a party game. Fucking, I'm so blessed. We're so blessed, dude. The content gods have blessed us yet again. What is this? This was evident when earlier this year he again publicly repeated the claim about Jisoo and Leffen, and privately told TOs that he believed the claim to be true as recently as early May. Wow. In the interim, he has had countless conversations with TOs and other community members who have tried in good faith to explain to him why they believed he was wrong. In many cases, just as with my conversation, he would express remorse when asking to talk, and then fixate on asking what he could do to be unbanned, or gish gallop through his talking points about Leffen again. I don't know why he points out that Leffen's fixated on getting unbanned, or not Leffen, Hax is fixated on getting unbanned. No shit! He's been banned for 3 years, and he's talking to you, the guy controlling his ban. Yeah, he's fixated on getting unbanned while talking to the guy who banned him. Yes. Yeah, that was a part of your conversations, I imagine. Sounds pretty fucking normal to me. The guy who spent, like, over 15 years of his life building a company around this game is fixated on getting unbanned so he can financially, you know, benefit from the community that he loves yet again. Yes, he's fixated on that. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you for pointing that out. What I've come to believe is that Hax is throwing everything he can at the wall in order to be unbanned. Fucking Hax is doing everything he can to be unbanned. Another point against Hax. Another point against Hax. Rack him up, Mikey. Rack him up. Yes, he's doing everything he can to be unbanned. What a piece of shit. Any remorse he claimed to have in his public apologies is belied by what he said privately. And most importantly, publicly to his audience that he knows has a history of malicious harassment. Hax fucking sucks at making videos. Hax is not the main reason why Leffen left his main channel for 9 months. It is Franchise's video that has 1.6 million views calling him a fraud and a liar, and it was both my Skyhouse video that has over 600,000 views and the Zero video that got taken down as a part of the fucking settlement between Zero and Jisoo that was trending and had over 700,000 views. That was the reason Leffen left his main channel for 9 months and locked down all of his replies on Twitter, not Hax. Hax's video got, what, like fucking 20,000 views and then got shit on by not only the commentary community, I'm pretty sure Franchise was shitting on it too. I watched it, I tried to make sense of it at the time, but even I knew there was some tomfuckery going on. There were some really stupid arguments being made. Everyone agreed it was fucking stupid. That was not the reason that Leffen got all of that harassment. It's because Leffen's a piece of shit, and he was working with Jisoo, who ended up having to delete her allegations because she was posting a bunch of bullshit about Sky and Zero in a mega document. Why the fuck is she the one making a mega document about allegations, first off? These women have 2 hands. They can post allegations on their fucking own. Why are they running through her like she's a allegation middleman? That doesn't even make any sense. What's up, Zero? But yeah. Sorry. This is like my expertise. So when I get going, I'm like I fucking 100 miles per hour, dude. I could talk about this shit for hours. History of malicious harassment. He's positioned any conversation he's had almost entirely on what he needs to do in order to be unbanned. Again, he's talking to a tournament organizer. You're not his friend. You're not the fucking police. You're the people banning him from his passion for over a decade. So yes, he's positioning any conversation he's had with you about what he needs to do to play the fucking game again. Yes, that's what he's doing. No shit. No fucking shit. Oh my god. Sorry, this gets me so fucking... It's so insane. It's insane the way that they frame this shit. Like, yes, the guy is asking you what he needs to do to be unbanned, and you are not giving him any pathway to a legitimate second chance. They met in November to try and talk about it. They couldn't even agree on a ban length. Yet people want to say, oh, he broke the rule about not talking about his ban, so... sorry, I guess we just have to ban you for life. We know you didn't break any rules. We know that you're not a threat. It's just your followers. We don't like your followers. What the fuck? Oh my god. Sorry, I'm fucking pissed off. We're almost done. Let's get through it. Because I have to get back to editing anyways. I cannot speak for everyone, but Hacks will never be unbanned from events I run. So brave, so powerful. Even now I'm hesitant to even discuss how he might best go about mitigating the harm he's caused. I'm worried he will frame it as some sort of hope for an unban, like how they gave him an indefinite ban in the first place, which has given him this hope and has driven him fucking crazy over 3 years, not getting an actual chance to be a part of the community again. But the fact that he's so singularly focused on that, seemingly without even considering why he may have been wrong about the substance of his claims, to me indicates that he's not and may never be willing to address the root of the issue at hand. And of course, the root of the issue is that he disagrees with their framing of allegations, and that Leffen is a fucking asshole. So to get unbanned, Mikey has positioned it as he needs to agree with our position on Leffen, that he is not a fucking sociopathic piece of shit, and that he didn't collude to benefit from the allegations. Hold on, let me pull up a clip real quick. I have a document over here. I don't want you guys to see the title of the video because it's a surprise for you guys. Right here.
And
shut up. This is one of his videos that he uploaded titled "The Smash Community Will Never Be the Same Again." But listen to this clip right here.
Knowing what harassment they would face, I don't think they get enough credit. And honestly, I've been struggling with feelings of guilt because I've gained a lot of subscribers, a lot of followers, and attention because of these awful things happening. And I know many people have struggled with the same feelings.
It's such a struggle. As I'm making myself a voice, a spokesperson for all the allegations. It feels so bad. Guys, please stop following and donating. It fucking hurts. It's like a poison. It's like a toxin. Poor Leffen for getting so many views and so many followers after uploading 2 videos about this, which are some of his biggest videos, by the way. Poor Leffen. Poor Leff. He's guilty about it, though. He's guilty about it. His 3rd biggest video regarding the recent allegations within the Smash community. And then if we go through his videos, these were uploaded fucking back to back. Where is it? Where's this fucking shit? So I broke my hand. Okay. Just look for Leffen crying in the thumbnail. Where's Leffen looking sad in the thumbnail? Right here. Oh, shit. Too far. We went too far. Right here. These are uploaded back to back. This is fucking 27 minutes of him talking about this shit. And that's not pointing out all the tweets he was making about the situation, too. But don't worry, guys. He's guilty about all the donations, followers, and views he's getting. He's been struggling with those feelings of profiting. That's how we know. That's how we... You know, someone who feels bad about that probably wouldn't even point out the fact that he's getting a ton of clout from it. But he knows that he's doing it for brownie points, so he feels almost obligated to say, guys, I feel bad about the donations and followers. Don't get me wrong here, but I'm being a hero for victims. Because these people are brave speaking up, and they need someone in their corner. They need a Leffen in their corner. Okay, dude. Alright. Whatever. He feels bad about it, though. So that's good, at least. Guys, if you gave me $50 right now, I would feel so fucking bad. You have no idea. If I was to make over like $100 from this stream, I don't think I could recover. I'm just throwing that out there. To me indicates that he's not and may never be willing to address the root of the issue at hand. Okay, we already did that. In a document he sent to TOs on May 20th, I bit my tongue. In a document he sent to TOs on May 20th, Hacks mentioned as a reason why he should be unbanned that okay, this is fucking stupid. This is why Hacks needs a handler. I love black people. Oh my god, member for 33 months. This is one of the people that pays my rent. Thank you, Apple. I appreciate you. In a document he sent to TOs on May 20th, Hacks mentioned as a reason why he should be unbanned that his YouTube comments and replies on Twitter are largely supportive of his unban. And anecdotally, it seems a large amount of the support is not from people who agree with his initial claims, but rather from people who believed he is reformed. I genuinely believe that Hacks is on the spectrum. I don't think he really understands the social element of shit like a campaign against someone or whatever, which is why his initial video was so fucking bad. Yeah, because this is a terrible argument. This is a terrible argument to make. He doesn't advocate for himself well at all. But the issue is that he shouldn't have to do this. He shouldn't have to do all this shit. If in a just and ideal society, we would be setting up a salty suite between these two for like $1,000, and then we'd be getting content. We'd be fucking. You need to be doing what I'm doing and milk this drama, because that would be fucking sick. I don't think I could find a single person in the Smash community. Well, there's probably someone who's going to say it just in spite. But I can't find anyone in good faith that would say a match between, like, first to 5 or first to 10 between Hacks and Leffen wouldn't be hype, or at least be like a viral or interesting clip or stream to watch. That would be fucking sick. That would be awesome. But instead, I have to read this fucking stupid-ass 3-page document by Mikey, whose company got dissolved, by the way. This is the thing. Mikey worked for a company that had to dissolve because they couldn't even fucking afford to stay in business. VGBC had to downsize because their fucking tournament got canceled. These people that don't even know how to operate their own fucking businesses are trying to tell you how to run a community. These people that can't even, these guys that can't even spend the time to groom themselves and potentially might be grooming children behind the scenes. I don't know. I'm just fucking, oh, why did you block me, Mikey? Are trying to tell you how to make proper content, are trying to tell you how to run a community, are trying to tell you what would be optimal to avoid further harassment. Oh, salty sweet. Oh, a salty sweet is when both people pretend to dislike each other so you can fucking get that hypothetically, yes, allegedly. Like, what? Every time I see Hungrybox post about a salty sweet, it's because someone said, like, the slightest thing in opposition to someone else that you can tell is very inoffensive, so he can market it very easily. There's never any real beef, because if there is real beef, you're going to get a fucking 3-page Google Doc telling you why that person shouldn't be allowed to play the game for the rest of his life. So I don't know. That's my fucking breakdown of this. I think it's bullshit. I think perma-banning him for his January 2024 ban appeal, where I showed you there's nothing inoffensive. There's nothing offensive in that video. It is literally him talking about his perspective as an original evidence.zip witness, and yet they use that and their stupid-ass fucking rule that they made up about not being allowed to talk about the topic of his ban to then justify banning him for life, when he only agreed to these rules because he would not be allowed to play the game if he didn't agree to every rule that they set out. And they know this. They know this. They could say Hacks has to eat a plate of his own shit live on VGBC's channel, and he would do that if it meant he could go to fucking the big house, right? They know that. They know that. They know that they could twist his arm, psychologically torture this guy who's been dealing with recreational drug use. He's been dealing with losing his fucking career, losing his passion of over a decade. They can abuse him, make these fucking stupid-ass rules, do whatever they want, and he'll be forced to agree with it. Otherwise, his options are insanely limited, and he will not be allowed to play the game that he loves. So, or we could just, stop being fucking lame as shit, posting allegations every other week, and just settle it in Smash, and then actually get some real content. But no, this is how we choose to deal with it. Hacks is banned for making Leffen feel threatened. That's not even the thing, though, Zero. It's the people that he doesn't even advocate for. It's the people that Hacks doesn't even support. It's the people that Hacks disavows that are making these comments and saying this shit about Leffen. When Leffen is off calling other people a disgusting piece of shit after raging in Guilty Gear, he's banning people for giving him the advice on his streams. While Leffen's off doing that and cultivating his... Like, he's good enough at cultivating the hate for himself. Hax then gets blamed for Leffen being a hated figure, when he is considered not only a villain, his nickname is literally a fucking villain, but he's like one of the most hated people in the FGC. Just look at the response to him winning EVO with Happy Chaos. Like, people don't like him. People don't like him. Whether it's justified or not, which I think it is justified, arguable, whatever, people don't like Leffen. You can't force Hax to fucking apologize to him and say that he doesn't think he's a piece of shit when that's not even a fair assessment to make. That's not fair. That's not fair to Hax. I don't think that's fair to anyone. Yeah, okay. I need to get back to editing, guys. If you want to give me $100 right now, this is the last chance. But that's what I had to say about Mikey's document. Mikey decided to make it about false allegations and trying to defame me instead of actually engaging in the argument, and then making it about who blocked who, when we all know these every time I quote retweet a Smash player, I'm blocked within like 2 minutes. So we can argue about who blocked who first, but really that doesn't even fucking matter, because that's not even what we're talking about here. So yeah, that's what I think about the recent permaban from Hax. That's all the evidence I went through, my arguments, whatever. Obviously I'll have more in-depth shit out in a few days. Thank you guys for all the gifted. Thank you for all the donos. I appreciate it. I love profiting off of this. That's what they should be doing by unbanning him and making a real salty suite that would get a fuck throwing the chair. That shit was corny as fuck. I can literally see it in Hungrybox's eyes. He's like, I'm gonna farm a clip. After he got hit with that crab, that was the best thing that happened to his career. It was like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna farm this shit for months. So after he threw that chair, he's like, yeah, dude, let's get a photo shoot done. Let's fucking... That shit is so corny. Can we get some real beef? Please, I'm tired of this vegan shit. I'm tired of this vegan diet. Give me some real beef. Fuck the chair. Fuck Hungrybox clip farming. Let's get some real beef back in the community. Because this shit is fucking lame as fuck. Hashtag free Hax, by the way. Everybody get ready for that shit, because we're kicking it into overdrive. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Befuddled Bacon. Everybody thank Befuddled Bacon. Thank you, Taka M, for the 5, $100. Thank you, Taka. How about 200 cents? Does that work? Yeah, I'll take it, Baker Steel. I'll take whatever I can get. I'm fucking e-begging right now. I'll let these donos actually play on stream, and then I'll cut it. If you want to make me mod, that would be so depressing, like, for real. Here you go, Miles.
Look, it's my biggest fan. And that young man is probably gonna get a squirt. My biggest fan.
But yeah, that's my ideas on it. Again, I'm gonna have a more well-formatted video. I just was really pissed off and wanted to talk about this, because I feel like these guys are framing it in such a fucking dishonest way to justify their unserious and just fucking stupid rules. This is malicious. This is malicious as fuck, because they never gave him a second chance. They know that. They know that they have no structure for process and conduct. They know that they have no one actually going through the evidence and looking at what a proper ban length should be. And yet they put people into these unfair situations, and then when they respond in a angry manner to the unjust punishment that they're receiving, that is then used to justify further punishment. The system is fucked. It's a corrupt system. It works purely off of a social domino effect, where these guys will just be like, okay, this other guy with clout said he's banned. Okay, we'll say he's also banned. There's no consistency. There's no fucking structure whatsoever. I think these guys should reach out to the Splatoon community and start doing what they're doing, emulate that, because their structure is it makes way more sense. It's way more coherent, and they have the same fucking code of conduct. So I don't know why they can't spend a week to go and do that. It's like the people in their own community are such a low priority for them that they're not even going to spend the time to properly punish them. They're just going to fucking throw that. They're going to be indefinite ban, whatever. Just get out of here. We don't care. Like a fucking stepfather. Okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right, I'm going to get back to editing. You guys have a great day. Holy shit. We had 500 concurrent. I didn't even fucking notice. Where's my $500? If every person in chat gave $1, come on, guys. This is why Gucci Rat 2 is taking so long to fucking put out. Oh my god. Whatever. I'll leave the VOD up so you guys can watch this shit back. But I gotta get to work. Word. I am poor. I get paid talking about Smash, bro. Come on. All right. See you guys. I appreciate you guys showing up and listening, though. Your dad is getting to work. I'm giving you what you asked for. All right, and then some, because I love you so much. Toad Road, thank you for joining tech support. Welcome, dude. Welcome. And then thank you for the $1 what is that? Snoo Birth 13. Thank you for the $1. Okay, I'm out. I swear to God, I'm out.